All right, so happy Wednesday. It is almost like halfway through the week. Whew, or it is halfway through the week. It's halfway through the month already. Anyways, let's start off with our daily pledge. Today is a new day. I am ready to be the best me I can be. I will listen so I can learn. I will try hard so my brain can grow. I will not give up. I can learn anything I put my mind to. It's a new day. It doesn't matter that there's snow out there. Don't even look at it. Close the blinders. But it's going to warm up by the end of the week, but we can still work on ourselves. And so let's do our check-in. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are you at? If you aren't feeling well and your mental health is not well, get out your coping skills toolbox, your toolkit. Every single day, week after week, we have been putting more and more tools in there so that you are equipped to handle anything that comes your way. So don't forget that. Use that. Sometimes when we're not well, it's really hard to remember those things. So put them in a place where you can see them. Put your toolbox somewhere you can see that. But if you woke up feeling amazing today, that's awesome. Use that energy. Enjoy your day. Capitalize on every minute. If you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, get back into your bed and roll out the other side. Maybe that will help improve your mood, but most importantly, do things that fill you up a little at a time, okay? All right, so it's Wellness Wednesday. I got some silly kind of worksheets for you, but we're just, we've talked about the self-care chart, just things to keep you healthy, 3 meals a day. Remember, we've talked about HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. You have to make sure you're sleeping well and eating well and exercising and all those things that play a huge role in how you feel physically. Because if you don't physically feel well, it's going to be really hard to make your mental health better. They work hand in hand. It's a pair. So we have to work on balance all the way around. Here are some amazing body facts. Okay, I just thought these were interesting, so we're going to read them. Did you know that human bones are an ounce for ounce stronger than steel? Human bones are an ounce for ounce stronger than steel. Interesting. Did you know that the heart pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood in a day? Our body does amazing things, and it needs nutrients, and it needs things to keep going and to be healthy, okay? The next one, the surface area of the human lung is equal to that of a tennis court. So it must be that texture. The surface area of the human lung is equal to that of a tennis court. That's interesting. Did you know that it's impossible to sneeze with your eyes open? I've heard that for a long time. Don't try it either. I can't imagine. I bet that hurts. Acid in your stomach. Now I can't even talk. Acid in your stomach is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. Oh, that's gross. Acid in your tummy is strong enough to dissolve razor blades. Did you know that every drop of blood you have filtered in your body it's filtered over 300 times a day? So think of a filter, and it goes back and forth in there 300 times a day to keep us well, to clean it out, to make it the best it can be. We are about 70% water. We've talked about that. Humans, this is kind of gross. Humans shed and regrow outer skin cells about every 27 days. Did you know that we shed? It's kind of like a pet. And regrow outer skin cells every 27 days. Nerve impulses from the brain travel up to 170 miles per hour. Isn't that crazy? And last but not least, for every pound of fat gained, you add 7 miles of new blood cells. That's just wild. It's amazing how our body works and what it does all day long that we don't even know what it's doing. But imagine then you have this body that's trying to keep you healthy and you keep putting junk in there. Right? Every time you have pop and energy drinks and you eat a bunch of junk and you don't exercise and you don't sleep and you don't take care of it, your body has to work that much harder to try and keep you healthy and well. And eventually your body says, forget it. I can't do it. I'm done. And you remember, we only get one body. We only get this one body from head to toe, and we need to take care of it the best that we can. Here are 6 tips for healthy eating. Number 1, eat clean. We're going to go over a nutrition label. It's important to be able to identify when you go to the grocery store what you're looking at, what's in that label, what are you actually buying. You know, some people, I will never forget, We used to have a nutritionist that came here many years ago, and she told me that when you look at a box that says reduced fat, okay, when you go to the aisle and you're looking for maybe crackers or something, and it says reduced fat, more often than not, that reduced fat was actually the good fats that they took out. See, they're tricking you. They want you to think that you're buying something healthier for you, but in the end, they actually took out the good fat, and it's not. And so they left the bad fat. But until we learn to read labels, sometimes we just don't know those things. All right, so eat clean, eat real whole foods, okay? Eat brain-boosting foods. Get your fruits, get your vegetables, cut back on junk. Think the rainbow. When you're filling up your plate, or you go grocery shopping, or you're thinking about what you're going to make for the week, think about all of the foods. Think about the rainbow. How can you spice up your plate? How can you make sure that you're eating out of different areas to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients, feeding your body? Think about all the things I just told you. Our bones, our blood, our heart, our lungs. Think about putting all of this stuff. It's like recharging the battery. What items can you put inside you that's going to recharge you even that much better so that your body doesn't have to work so hard to keep you healthy? Choose lean meats. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. We know that. And cook more. Here's the key. Cook more. I know it's fun to go out to eat, and fast food should be banned. Just saying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a cheeseburger every once in a while, but fast food is full of lots of empty food. It's empty nutrients. There's nothing in there. It may fill you up, but do you ever notice that after you eat fast food, like an hour later, you're starving again? There's nothing in there that's filling you up that's good for you. So make sure you cook more. Learn to maybe divvy it up into little containers. You can maybe freeze it. Maybe you're going to share it with a neighbor. We have plenty of consumers around here who will make an entire hot dish because it's hard to make for one person, and they'll divvy it up and they'll share with their neighbor. They split meals. They go back and forth. What a great way to cook more, eat healthier, and to spread that. That's great. You should be sharing, and maybe they make really good things too. So cook more, exercise, choose something fun, create a plan, track your progress, pick a time that works for you. Okay, I have a lot of people in my life I know that will go work out at 4 o'clock in the morning. That is never going to happen for me. I love to sleep. I'm not getting up early to exercise, but I'll work out at night. Many people don't work out at night because they're already tired, and that's true. But pick a time that works for you, that a time that you're going to be most successful. If you say you're going to get up and work out every morning at 5 o'clock and you don't generally get out of bed till 7, you just know it's not going to work. So set yourself up for success, okay? Set yourself up so that you can see that you're doing something. Don't keep making excuses. We can make excuses for the next 20 years, but start now. Make changes, make a plan, and do things on a time that works for you. Maybe, you start food prepping, okay? My brother, I know every Sunday he meal preps for the week. He sets out or makes certain meals that he knows he's going to have. He puts them in containers, and his meals are already ready for the week. Or you could do that. And maybe you need to make a better plan. Maybe you need to make a plan with your friend or a family member, your arms worker, your case manager, your therapist. Maybe you can work on these plans so that you can kind of set yourself up for success throughout the week. And it doesn't stress you out, and it doesn't cause a lot of complication. It's already done for you. Sleep is huge. Your body needs sleep. Think about like how cars get overheated. Things get wore out if they run too long. The same thing happens to your body. If you don't sleep and rest and close your eyes and shut down, your body's never going to refresh. So you need to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Some people need more than that. Whatever your body needs to feel better and to regroup, that's what you need to do. Think positive. Part of your physical health and your mental health, they all work together. Again, start off on a positive note. Listen to inspirational music. Focus on your blessings. Reframe situations. Verbalize thankfulness. Help somebody in need. Embrace relationships. Our body needs to be full inside too. Not only do we need to keep it healthy with fruits and vegetables and exercise, but we need to fill it up with positivity and love and kindness. These are all the things that are going to make us just keep growing, and then we're going to stay stronger, and we're going to stay healthier. It just all works together, okay? Hold on. So one of the things that I don't know if you can really see this, but a self-care checklist, okay? It's important to be able to go through this and see how many times you've done it throughout the week. Maybe you struggle to get certain things done throughout the week. This checkbox could be a good indicator for you to watch your progress. You can make multiple copies, and week after week, you're going to check off when you did it. It's Sunday through... must be Saturday through Friday. Maybe Sunday's an off day. But it says, have you showered and brushed your teeth? Do you do it every day, a couple times a week? What do you do? Check it off so you can see that. How many times do you focus on your goal? How many times are you active for at least 20 minutes a day? Check it off. Have you went outside today? Took time to do something that you liked? Practice deep breathing. How many cups of water have you had? Watched and minimized caffeine intake. Gotten at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, okay? Gotten is not a word. But anyways, so this is kind of just another checklist that you can see throughout the week what you have and have not done. It's a good way to hold yourself accountable. We need to hold ourselves accountable. We lose track of time, and if you guys have any sort of memory like me, if I don't see it physically or right there visually, I will never remember. And then it'll be Friday, and I say, wow, I haven't done that at all this week, I haven't went outside, which I usually do because I have kids, but a self-care checklist is going to hold you accountable. It's going to allow you to go back and see what you have and have not done and what you need to do more of. So maybe you only did things one time this week, okay? Well, at the end of the day, the benefit of having a new week ahead of us, which would start on Monday, is that you can start all over again. And you can try that much harder to do things on your checklist. And if you fail next week, there you go again. Now you can start over and try the week after that. Never give up. Never get up. Just because you may have had a bad week or 2 or 3, or maybe you've had a bad year, it doesn't mean that it's never too late to just get back on the train and keep moving, right? So there's a self-care checklist. Nutritions. So there's a label, and I think for the most part, we kind of got that. Up at the top, it talks about serving size. So when they talk about calories, and they give you a serving size up at the top, that means that's how many calories are in that serving size. So if you look at the back and it says there's 135 calories, that doesn't mean it's in the bag or the box or the container. For this, it says 3/4 of a cup is 135 calories. So it's kind of interesting. Up at the top, it talks about serving size and calories. I was astonished. Probably about 6-7 years ago, I started really paying attention to labels. And again, that nutritionist that came here kind of shared that with us. And she had said that, yes, it says it's 135 calories, but that's in the serving size. It doesn't mean that there's only 135 calories in whatever you're eating. One of the things that shocked me was that in a half a cup of cottage cheese, which isn't much, there's 90 calories. I could sit down and polish off the whole container of cottage cheese. So it's just interesting. So start looking at the labels, look at the serving size, and look at the calories. And you might be shocked at how many calories are actually in very little. And if we eat a lot of that a day, we're totally exceeding all of the calories. And if you're trying to work on being healthy, it's not helping us, right? Okay, fats on here, it talks about total fat. That's tricky. It says some, like olive oil and other kinds of nuts, are good for you while others are not. Saturated fat is less healthy than trans fat. And trans fat is the worst. Sorry. Saturated fat is less healthy and trans fat is the worst, okay? The words partially hydrogenated. I can't even talk today. In the ingredients list. Okay, so anyways, you have to take a look at the fats. If trans fats, you don't want a lot of that. That's bad. Sugars, you know that. Look at that. We don't want all of that. Again, your calories, sodium. One of the things, so I think I've said this before, I started eating gluten-free almost a couple of years ago, because it makes me feel awful. And one of the things in gluten-free foods that you have to watch is sodium. I mean, there is like, in one box of mac and cheese that's gluten-free that I thought would be really delicious, there's 600 milligrams of sodium. That's awful. It's no wonder people start to feel puffy and they just feel icky. And that's all that sodium, and we have to watch that. Dietary fiber is good for you and keeps your digestive health. So fruits, vegetables, beans, whole grains, things like that. And protein is your body's building blocks. So then foods that have protein, that is good for you. But anyways, look at the labels. And most importantly, I think if you get anything out of today, look at the calories and look at the serving size. And you'll be shocked to see that maybe you can only have like 4 chips and there's 200 calories in there. And now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's interesting. So start reading the label out of curiosity. That's your challenge till I see you on Monday. Look at the labels. If you go grocery shopping over the weekend, look at boxes that say reduced fat. Look on the back. If there is less saturated fat and more trans fat, that means that's actually they've taken out the good fat. I don't want to say good, but the better fat, and they've kept the bad fat. So look at the reduced fat boxes and look at the back of the label where it says calories and serving size. And just out of curiosity, see what you've been eating and how much you can really only eat of certain things. At the end of the day, I think you'll realize fruits and vegetables should be at the top of your list. Those are going to be the best things for you. Make sure you're getting sleep. Make sure you're drinking your 8 glasses of water. Make sure you're filling yourself up inside with something that makes you happy too. Remember, it's not just about eating and exercising and sleeping. It's about doing things that make you happy. So do something that brings you joy. Get outside. It's going to be nicer out this weekend, even though there's snow right now. But again, don't miss out on next week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'm going to have some prizes to give away. So have an amazing rest of your week, a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday morning.